Hi guys, there's something that I want to raise attention to for everybody and to very much look out for, if I'm honest. I have just finished the Leo 2021 channeled messages for the sign of Leo, and there was controlling the market, and it was about prescriptions, and it was about drugs, and it was also about weight and God knows what else. So you really have to watch the Leo reading when it comes out if any of you are interested. But it's just come to mind what that was, because it was about a doctor, and it depends on which doctor it is that you see, and it was a witch doctor, okay? But that's for some of you that believe in witchcraft, but you will have to watch that reading. But it's just started to recollect to me, just as I was actually having my lunch, that this was about prescriptions and being like by an actual doctor itself. But then when I've sat back, sometimes I continue to channel as I'm kind of having my breakers, if you will, and it just come to mind that someone's actually buying subscriptions, which is sorry, but buying subscriptions of YouTube, and it was about cornering the market, and it was a Leo reading. And I'm sorry guys, and I don't know who this is, but it was very disturbing reading, and it only really came up in the actual tarot reading itself, because you will notice if you watch them that I do the first part, I do the channeled messages for the year, okay, and it was called Munchausen syndrome by proxy. And it was about things that were being planted and put into food and into drink and control and narcissism. Sorry, Leos, but you will watch your reading if you are watching now. But it was also through that started coming up through like a doctor and needing to see a doctor, and not because you'll hear me where I said that it depends on which doctor that you see, and it was really a slip of words, to be honest, and it was kind of like depends on which doctor that you see. And then it was like, oh, hold on a second, this is a witch doctor, okay. Now, through messages that I get, okay, now you don't have to believe me, but it was very, very disturbing. And in the actual tarot reading itself, but you will only get to see that if you are a part of Patron on the tier of full access bundle, but you will see that there was the world, and there was a Leo card, right, which was strength, and it was also the Nine of Wands, which was involving Virgo as well. But fire sign Virgo, Leo, the world. And I started to channel a message which was, I want to corner the market, but I want to conquer the world. And I started picking up on, obviously, Nine of Wands and things. When we look at PTSD and trauma, it's also obviously narcissism. Now, when you look at Nine of Wands, you're really kind of looking at also someone that's trying to control things, right? So you're looking at what happens after war is like after a breakup, you deal with control and a major thing that happens in your life of a milestone of something that goes drastically wrong. Okay, drastically wrong, but begins with D, Dan, Danielle. Man, there were so many different things that came up through that reading, and I'm still kind of channeling, so I do apologise. But in their actual tarot reading, it was explaining about like trying to corner the market and feeling cornered and intimidated and not knowing what to do, which was a Leo energy. But then it started to turn, take a funny turn for the worst, and you will see through that reading, but trying to stop babbling. What I picked up through the actual tarot reading itself was raising awareness. But then I thought, hold on a second, this is turning into like what Hitler did when he was publicly displaying himself on a television, which is a YouTube channel, publicly displaying things and publicly putting them out, but trying to control the market. And it was involving also Libra energy, right? Now it was also trying to, if you look at Hitler when the world went through those times, it was all put out on public display and it was all on TV, okay? So also what you'll see is, because I'm hearing all eyes on me, right? All eyes on me, and I want everybody's eyes and attention on me, right? But, excuse me, sitting back after the reading, sometimes I continue to channel, and I've just been sitting here thinking, I didn't mention it in that reading. And what that was giving out false prescriptions, but then it turned into false subscriptions, right? Which is also anybody that might need to go to an asylum, or the name's Simon, right? Or Cynthia, or something like this, but, or S, but sorry. See, I really find it very difficult to not channel. It was about needing to corner the market and to do with a doctor. Now, a subscription and a prescription is also subscribers, okay? And it feels to me that, sorry, but I've just had my lunch, is buying subscribers. And I've got no idea why this is, and I'm sorry if you are Leos that you are watching, because you really will have to watch those channel messages, and to get a grips of that you really will need to see your actual tarot reading. It will more than likely not be out just yet, because I'm going to put this out first. But then, like I said, sitting back, really looking at it, it's just come to me and it was like, somebody is buying subscriptions, okay? Subscribers, right? And they're buying it, and they're cornering the market to outdo everybody else, to, like Hitler did, to control the market, to control everything, to get everything for themselves. But what they're doing it was because it was to do with fake accounts, false claims, false money, sending it over abroad to other people's money, okay, selling things, doing it falsely, false accusations. I mean, I suppose this could come across as a false accusation, but like things being falsely made, okay, making things that are false, not telling the truth for my own gain and for my own need, to corner the market so I get everything and nobody else does. And the channel messages itself really went off onto like a complete hour-long channeled message on my paper, which is there. But like I said, now sitting back, I realised that it was more to do with someone that's falsely making an account, but falsely buying subscriptions to outdo everybody else. And it is around, well, it was in the Leo reading. And if you look at the actual tarot cards itself, it was the Eight of Pentacles, which is a tarot card reader. It was also involving a 2, and then it went to the World, and it went to a Nine of Wands, and it also went to a Leo card, okay, which explains to me tarot reader, okay. But false accusing and everything else that was channeled at the beginning before the tarot reading, sitting back, now I realise that what that false prescription is. It's false accounts. It's someone that's buying subscriptions from people that make false accounts. So you know these, because I've even had this a long time ago, and I deleted it and blocked the people that send them so they can't send me any more emails. But people used to send you notifications to say you can buy like 100 subscribers for, say, I've got no idea how much it is, but you can buy subscriptions, and you can also buy views, okay? And then in order to buy all of these, it can cost quite a bit of money, but I think they're all fake accounts. And the way that these people are doing that, they could be Leos that do this kind of thing, physically do this. But my spirits are saying to me that there's a Leo tarot card reader out here that are falsely doing things and that are actually falsely buying subscriptions to corner the market to beat everybody else. And you know me, I don't blow smoke and mirrors up people's backside at all. Okay, I really don't. But I have to always stick by the truth, which is what my spirit guides tell me. And no matter how many times it is that I try to change a message, it doesn't happen. And sometimes you will know, if you followed me for a while, that I turn the camera off, I turn it back on, and I think, you know what, I can't give people these messages. Or I start spluttering and duttering and everything else, and God knows what else. And I end up doing it again, but the same message comes out again, and I can't deny messages that my spirit guides tell me. Now, if you've just found this channel, or if you've got no idea what it is that I do, then there's plenty of archives of stuff that you can watch, okay? But my spirit guide's telling me that it's around Leo putting things into drink, Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a lot of control narcissism, also about a mother, okay? Sorry guys, but there were some very strange messages that come out through that reading. And then sitting back, I think, you know what, these people shouldn't get away with this. And I don't know what it is, but they're saying to me that there is someone that is trying to falsely buy subscriptions to corner the market to get everything for themselves, and it is happening, or it physically is a tarot reader buying subscriptions. Now, whether this is because you know, there's quite a lot of you know, when people listen to me, it takes quite a lot sometimes for people to believe of stuff that isn't for a card. You know, you can watch a tarot card reading and you can think, well, it's in the cards, and I believe it, right? Well, you can watch that reading and you will see what I start to say that was proved in those cards. But it was also proved of something that wasn't in the cards, that was me doing it through that hour-long channeled predictions for 2021, okay? And I thought, you know what, I've got to come on and actually say what I forgot to say, what I really think that actually is now, which is buying subscribers and buying view rates to corner the market, to beat everybody else to the punch, to get everything for themselves. And if you've obviously bought subscriptions and you bought view counts and view rates and know of people that have got huge accounts with huge things, then that's where it's adding up around Libra of things not weighing up. And if you've seen my channel for a while, you will notice that some messages start to change each month by month, or any time that I physically decide to put out a not a tarot reading channeled message, and they start to change. And the reason why I'm doing this is because of the Scooby-Doo clue. It's also around Sagittarius energies as well, maybe, right? Because they were in that. But when it first started, it started off where I did the Scooby-Doo clue and everything else that I did, okay, and putting the pieces together and trying to figure out what was going on. And it involved Capricorn, Sagittarius, tracing things, making false accounts, making false accusations, okay, a card reader. And then you see through that one, I can't remember when that was, Cappies, if you're watching, but it was in a Capricorn reading, and then eventually I got a card and I put it under and started saying like that someone is like getting numbers out of a credit card and things like this, and they were forging numbers and they were trying to trace a number, okay, and then I put a card under just in order to do that, and I went, it's a card reader. Right, as in like you put your card into a machine and it falsely takes the numbers, and then so and so and so forth. That message now, physically now, is changing into where there is someone around here that is falsely buying subscriptions, which is either one, drugs, or any kind of subscription to do with medicine, a medicine doctor. This person could also be a tarot reader that does things around witchcraft and things like this, right? But also, that is also very disturbing, is that, and I'm sorry if you're Leos, but it was in your reading and it was present there, okay, it really was, of someone that is buying subscriptions and view rates to corner the market, to beat everybody else, but do it falsely. And that's the false accusation being investigated, people starting to query, you know what's going on? Well, hopefully people might now, because I think that's wrong. I think people that buy subscriptions or buy views by people of false accounts in order to bump up their channel to beat everybody else is, well, I mean, I think that's absolutely barbaric, to be honest. You know, and if I'm honest, it's quite disturbing that when I sit back and I'm kind of still, sometimes it's difficult for me to turn off a channel. When I'm doing it, it's very difficult in order for me to stop channeling. And it's about a tarot reader, like a specific one, because through the Capricorn reading and through Pisces, other readings, I really started to come up with where it was about this person that was copying, a copycat, Leo, a copycat. That was it. Well, in Leo, it was in the copycat readings, and now it's coming up as it's a Leo. It's Leo. I don't know any of you if you know people that are Leo tarot card readers. Now, if you're a very small channel and you're a Leo tarot card reader and you come up against these people that are saying, you know what, buy subscriptions, then please don't do anything like that. But I really don't think you would. I think this is because I said big wigs, right? And it was either Briggs, the name Briggs, or big wigs, right? The people that are like heading the market of things, that they're really up here, right? They're saying that there is something going on here around copying, and it's around Leos. And I'm sorry if you're Leos, but it really is. And it's around a copycat. And this copycat, what they're doing is that they are either one, copying other people's material, but I don't think so. I think this is around subscriptions. And it's trying to corner the market, and it's to do with buying subscribers and fake accounts with these people that make loads of fake accounts, and you pay them money, and then they say, okay, you can pay us, what, 500 quid, £1,000, £200, 50 quid, I don't know, and you pay us that, and we'll bump up your channel for you and give you a load of subscribers and everything else. And it's just, like I said, I'm sorry if I'm kind of like blurting things out, but when I get these in my head, I'm a truth speaker. So if I hear it, y'all not get it, okay? And what I am hearing is that someone is making false accounts, right? Is to do with money, and if it isn't a false account that's been made, then it's to do with their accountancy and their money, of them just sitting there counting money, but buying subscribers the wrong way, by buying it off people that supply it. Because it was also involving people that might have Libra in their chart. And it was buy, like supply, supply, lie, life, belief, everything else. But belief, B, anything to do with B as well, B. But like, someone here is buying subscriptions and doing it falsely, and actually not just doing it normal, like I do a tarot reading and I throw it out there and just hope for the best that I get noticed doing my gift, right? And it feels like that, I don't know if this person's going to buy this person a gift, and then what they're going to do is buy them. No. The most important one here is that someone is trying to corner the market and control it. And I'm sorry, but it was the World, the Nine of Wands, and Leo on top of one another, right next to the Eight of Pentacles. And to me, that's a tarot card reader, right? And it is someone that's trying to corner the market, but by doing it falsely, with a Hitler approach of the Nine of Wands, by I want to be seen and I want it all, and I want to raise awareness, and I want everybody to come towards me and nobody else, and I want it all, and I want it all, and I want it all. And if I have to do things to implant it into people's head, to feed them with an absolute load of bullshit, okay, and then also to be able to get things falsely, I'll do whatever it takes in order to keep this going and to keep it alive, right? Alive, Ali, oh, okay, there you go, I don't know, but I'm hearing Al, okay, I'm also hearing Sal. Oh, sorry, I can't help things that just blurt out of my mouth. I really can't. I'm staying out of it, but me, honestly, if my spirits give me these messages, I find it very, 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 very difficult in order to not be able to tell people, right? Because when you have these things in your head, you're kind of like, you know what, this is a really important message, because my spirits will like, blah, 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 blah. They'll batter my head with this message and say what's going on, what's wrong, that shouldn't be happening, right? And that's what they do. So when you live in my head, right, that is what that is like, of a message that just keeps being told me until I vent it out and tell people, right? So like I've said to some people when I'm channeling, is that you have to take what I say with a grain of salt, because you don't know what's going to come out of my mouth, because sometimes you will see me slip up and say something, right? So, and I won't even know that I'm channeling. I'm just speaking, and all of a sudden loads of stuff just starts coming out, because that's a vessel. It just all of a sudden it starts coming out. And I think that this is all going to come to light. I really do. Well, trust me, it is now, because if I can shine a light on people, then trust me, I will here. Because I really pick up that someone's trying to corner the market and do it falsely and do things fake, because it was, I need to fake it to make it. Like it now, if I need to make it, and I need to do anything that I can to make it, I need to even just throw things out there that are false and not tell the truth. And I need to just keep doing it and doing it and doing it, so we can corner the market, so we can just feed people a lie, right? Or buy prescriptions and buy things that are fake. Because it was about buying stuff that wasn't even real. Like it was either one, not even going to show up, or two, it was things that people weren't going to buy that physically wasn't there. This is why it went off into like a witchcraft doctor type sort of thing, because it was like also buying like a doctor. If you go to a doctor and you say, "You're right, doc," and you pay them money and say, "Look, just write us out a prescription for something," right? They'll say, "Well, look, mum's the word. Don't say anything, but you know, just, there you go. There's a subscription." And again, subscribers. Somebody is cornering the market, doing it the wrong way by buying subscribers, and they're feeding people with an absolute load of balls and overcharging. So I'm going to leave that at that. I've got no idea what that is. I'm staying right out of it, but I believe that if my spirits tell me, then I think that everybody else has their own opinion in order to form of what might be going on by listening to it to someone that doesn't really care. Okay, that will tell everybody what my spirits, and that's one thing that I always stand by. If my spirits tell me, I tell you. If they tell me, I tell you. Okay, so it's a tell also. But you know, that's what they're saying, and that is what I can't help but that slips out of my mouth. Okay, that slips out slippery. Anyway, we're going to leave it at that, guys. But I think that everybody deserves to know. I've got no idea who you think this might be, but they are the messages there. So be careful of scams and be careful of scammers, right? Please, if you are starting anything, don't do it like that. Don't do it the wrong way, okay? Because I really pick up that someone here is getting so annoyed that they're not cornering the market, that they're going to do something very daft and buy subscriptions. If you are coming up against that and you do get these messages sometimes like I have in the past, don't buy things that are false and fake, okay? Okay. All right, guys, we're going to leave it at that. Thanks, everybody. But if you are interested in those messages, it will be in the Leo reading, and then you can watch this, and then you'll see what I'm saying when you relate this to that reading. Okay, all right, guys, thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.